As we move into early 2025, it's crucial to assess the economic landscape of Peru. Peru faces a tough economic crossroads, a pivotal moment that demands careful navigation and strategic decision-making. The path ahead is uncertain, filled with both challenges and opportunities. The nation is still recovering from the pandemic, a global event that has left deep scars on its economy and society. The road to full recovery is proving to be long and arduous, and ongoing political instability, which further complicates the economic recovery process. Frequent changes in government and policy create uncertainty for investors and businesses alike. High unemployment remains a persistent problem, affecting a significant portion of the population and hindering economic growth. And steep interest rates implemented to combat inflation are putting a strain on businesses and consumers alike, are making daily life difficult for many, especially those in vulnerable communities. The rising cost of living is a major concern for Peruvian families. Policymakers are under pressure to find effective solutions to guide the country towards stability and sustainable growth. The decisions they make in the coming months will be crucial for Peru's economic future. International conditions, including global economic slowdown, complicate matters for this export-driven economy, making it vulnerable to fluctuations in global demand and commodity prices. Many Peruvians struggle to find secure jobs in the formal sector, while businesses face high borrowing costs, limiting their ability to invest and expand. These challenges affect families and communities across the country, creating a sense of uncertainty and anxiety about the future. This video will explore Peru's economic hurdles in detail, focusing on growth, joblessness, and the informal sector, which plays a significant role in the Peruvian economy. We'll also look at government responses to these challenges and the outlook for the rest of 2025, providing insights into potential future scenarios. Understanding these issues is key to grasping Peru's economic prospects and the opportunities that lie ahead. Peru's path to stability is blocked by several major obstacles. Unemployment remains high, especially among youth and in urban areas. The informal sector dominates, with most workers lacking job security or benefits. This informality limits productivity and reduces tax revenue for public services. Elevated interest rates set to fight inflation make credit expensive and slow investment. Inflation continues to squeeze household budgets, especially for essentials like food. Social and political instability further complicate economic planning and deter investment. These interconnected issues create a challenging environment for growth. Addressing them is crucial for sustainable development. Let's break down how each pain point impacts Peruvians every day. Peru's GDP story is one of slow, fragile recovery, a narrative marked by both resilience and persistent challenges. The nation's economic trajectory reflects a complex interplay of internal and external factors, making sustained progress an ongoing endeavor. After a contraction in 2023, the Peruvian economy faced significant headwinds, impacting various sectors and raising concerns about overall economic stability. This downturn served as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities inherent in the nation's economic structure. The economy stabilized, finding a precarious equilibrium, but growth remains weak, struggling to gain significant momentum. The stabilization phase highlighted the need for structural reforms and diversification to foster more robust and sustainable expansion. El Niño, with its devastating impact on infrastructure and agriculture, social unrest reflecting deep-seated societal grievances, and lower global demand, impacting Peru's export-dependent economy, all played a role in recent setbacks, hindering economic progress and exacerbating existing vulnerabilities. These factors combined to create a challenging environment for businesses and investors alike. Late 2024 saw a slight boost, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the economic uncertainty. This was largely driven by mining and higher copper prices, a key export commodity for Peru. The surge in copper prices provided much-needed revenue and supported economic activity in related sectors. Government investment helped to stimulate demand and support key infrastructure projects, but job creation still lags behind, failing to keep pace with the growing population and the need for economic opportunities. This remains a critical challenge for policymakers. Risks like global slowdowns, which could dampen demand for Peruvian exports, and political uncertainty, which can deter investment and disrupt economic activity, threaten further progress. Low productivity in many sectors, stemming from factors such as inadequate training and outdated technology, continues to hold back long-term growth, limiting the nation's potential for sustained economic prosperity. For most Peruvians, GDP growth means more jobs, providing opportunities for economic advancement and improved livelihoods. And better public services, including healthcare, education, and infrastructure, which are essential for improving the quality of life. Achieving steady growth is vital for raising living standards and reducing poverty, creating a more equitable and prosperous society. The challenge is turning these small gains into lasting improvements, fostering a more resilient and diversified economy that benefits all Peruvians. Unemployment in Peru remains stubbornly above pre-pandemic levels, around 7%. The official rate hides deeper problems. 70% of workers are in the informal sector. Millions lack contracts, benefits, or job security, often working for low wages. Young people face the toughest job market, with many forced into informal work. Urban areas see the highest joblessness, creating pockets of economic distress. High unemployment and informality reduce household incomes and increase poverty risk. Productivity suffers, and the government struggles to provide a strong safety net. These labor market challenges are central to Peru's economic struggles. Addressing them is essential for a more secure future. The Central Reserve Bank has kept interest rates high to fight inflation. In early 2025, rates are easing slightly, but borrowing remains costly. High rates make loans expensive for families and businesses, slowing spending and investment. Inflation, especially for food and transport, has strained household budgets. While food prices are stabilizing, many essentials remain costly. The central bank's cautious approach aims to balance price stability with economic recovery. Headline inflation is declining, but core inflation remains sticky. The challenge is to lower inflation without stalling growth. Peruvians continue to feel the pinch in their daily lives. Monetary policy will remain a delicate balancing act in the months ahead. The government has actively tried to support the economy through various measures. These interventions are designed to cushion the impact of economic downturns and stimulate growth in key sectors. It's been a delicate balancing act, aiming to provide necessary support while diligently keeping debt in check. Prudent fiscal management is essential for long-term economic stability. Targeted spending on infrastructure projects such as roads, bridges, and transportation networks, and well-designed social programs focusing on healthcare, education, and community assistance has certainly helped to alleviate some pressures. However, resources are inherently limited, and strategic prioritization is crucial to maximize the impact of every sol spent. Fortunately, Peru's public debt is currently at a moderate level compared to many other nations in the region, allowing it to maintain its coveted investment-grade status, which is vital for attracting foreign investment. Still, there's relatively little room for implementing large-scale stimulus packages without jeopardizing fiscal stability. Therefore, fiscal discipline and responsible budget planning are absolutely crucial for navigating the current economic landscape. To unlock Peru's full potential, structural reforms are urgently needed across various sectors of the economy. This includes, especially, improvements in tax collection efficiency and broadening the tax base. Reforms are also needed in labor markets to promote job creation and improve worker productivity. Strategic investments in education at all levels, improvements in healthcare infrastructure, and sustained anti-corruption efforts are paramount. These are vital components for fostering sustainable long-term growth and inclusive economic development. Furthermore, external factors, such as fluctuations in global interest rates set by central banks and the volatility of commodity prices in global markets, inevitably add pressure on the Peruvian economy. As a major exporter of copper and also a significant gold exporter on the world stage, Peru's government revenues are particularly vulnerable to the unpredictable swings of commodity markets. Therefore, the government must carefully balance these inherent risks while steadfastly pushing forward with its ambitious reform agenda. Ultimately, sustainable economic growth in Peru depends on both sound and responsible fiscal policy, and the implementation of deep and meaningful structural changes across the entire economy. Peru's 2025 outlook is cautiously optimistic with signs of recovery emerging. Inflation is easing and modest GDP growth is expected. However, high unemployment and a vast informal sector remain major hurdles. Interest rates, though slowly falling, still restrain investment and spending. Deep-rooted issues like labor informality and low productivity require long-term solutions. Political stability and effective policy implementation are essential for progress. Comprehensive reforms in infrastructure, technology, and human capital are needed. The road ahead is challenging, but with sustained effort, Peru can build a more resilient economy. The choices made now will shape the country's future. With determination and reform, Peru can navigate these choppy waters toward prosperity. For more data-driven insights and global market breakdowns, subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay informed, stay ahead. This is Economics FX, where clarity meets strategy. Until next time, trade smart.